Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today's video we'll be looking at another deck for the standard format, and this time it's some kind of the Darkness box. So basically I decided to build something around the Pitch Black Spear Yveltal with the Fright ability, which actually can prevent your opponent basically from being able to retreat without switch or paying high energy retreat cost, where you can actually just spread the damage around the board for the 60 to the active and 60 to your opponent banished Pokemon, of course, if you have any of those EXs in play. So that's pretty much the main strategy. Go with the Pitch Black Spear, hit for the 60, your active and your opponent EX Pokemon, and just play multiple Lysanders until you can have a tons of damage in play, so you can just pretty much set up your Spiritomb with the damage play, get it in the active position, and just rearrange those damage counters like the New World Order, and basically knock out all of your opponent Pokemons in play without any problem. And of course I have some pretty interesting backup attackers like Umbreon EX with the endgame. So basically you can set up maybe even 4 prize knockouts by Umbreon. I mean, all you really need to do is play that damage play, put enough damage counters to your opponent Mega Evolution Pokemon so you can just came with the end game for the 70 and take the knockout, which is pretty easily with something like a Ninja Boy. So yeah, definitely interesting deck on the paper. You will also see it in the action. And of course I have the Darkrai with the Dark Pulse, so you can actually hit for like 180 with 8 energies in play, 190 with the Fighting Fury Belt, and of course Yveltal EX with that Evil Ball, who can even go for just Evil Ball or Ice Cyclone, so you can definitely have multiple different deckers in play to choose between. And of course 2 copies of Shaymin EX for the setup. From item cards I decided to roll with 4 copies of Crushing Hammers, because if our opponent is not going to be able to play energy cards, and we can just disrupt him with the Crushing and Enhanced Hammer, he's not going to be able to retreat. Well, we can just sit and hit for 60, 60, 60 and take multiple knockouts and multiple prize cards with our baby Yveltal. And of course 1 copy of Enhanced Hammer. In addition to that, of course, 1 Escape Rope, always good to have in your deck, same as the 4 copies of Max Elixirs, so you can basically have that turn 1 Pitch Black Spear Yveltal. Also 1 copy of Super Road, 4 Trainer's Mails, 4 Ultra Balls, and 4 Bee Seekers. From supporter cards, I decided to roll with 1 copy of the Delinquent, so I can discard any Stadium from play and force my opponent to discard 3 cards from his hand. 1 copy of Hex Maniac, so I can shut down those Greninja's abilities. 2 copies of Lysander, basically for those multiple Lysanders when we have that Fright Night ability in the active position. 2 Ents, 1 Ninja Boy as I mentioned earlier, 1 copy of Pokemon Ranger, who can always be very, very good. We never know if we are going to play against those Jolteons or maybe Giratina, but it's always good to have it as a tech. I mean, you can always remove it for maybe 2nd Ninja Boy or maybe for 3rd N, or you can just remove that Ranger and 1 Trainer's Mail and add 2 more Ents for more consistency if you really want. 2 copies of Pearl City, of course, to force our opponent to not have more than 3 Pokemons in play. Good against Mega Rayquazas and against those Rainbow Xerneas. 1 Fighting Fury Belt, 1 copy of Floatstone, 12 energies in total, 4 of them double cores, and 8 regular basic energy. As usual, if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on CCGCastle.com. Typing TCG Center 5 code will also give you 5% discount on your purchase, so definitely keep that in mind. So let's do a few games so you can actually see how this deck works. So see you in the game. Alright guys, let's do this. So today I will play with my Fright Night or Pitch Black Spear Yveltal with some interesting deck cards like, of course, Umbreon EX, and also for those who don't know, Spiritomb. So it's going to be definitely interesting to watch. So I'm going to take 1 extra card right here, which is just a Bee Seeker. So I guess this might not be that good. So there's a Puzzle of Time. Okay, so also on the other side, looks pretty clunky. As long as you play Puzzle of Time to rearrange the top 3 cards, probably you will not have that good turn right here, so as expected. So I guess I will just try to put my Pearl City in play, force my opponent down to 3 Pokemons for that setup, and I will just pass my turn. Yveltal with the Pitch Black Spear is definitely a good card. I mean, you can hit for 60 and you can spread 60 more damage to one of your opponent benched EX Pokemon. Definitely good, especially if you can Lysander one of your opponent Pokemons like the Hoopa and basically hit for 60, 60, 60 and try to knock out those Shamins easily and maybe even take 4 prizes with a single turn, which is just amazing. So there is Hoopa for 2 more Rayquazas and 1 Shaman X, so I guess my Parallel City was not that good because he had that Skyfield in his opening hand, so definitely we need something much better. But the good thing is that I have that Enhanced Hammer sitting in my hand. At least that Enhanced Hammer will help me a little bit to slow down my opponent, especially if he's not going to be able to evolve on this turn. This is definitely going to be very, very good. Intensifying Burn, just for the Pearly 10 damage counter. So it's my turn and I'm going to top deck a Yveltal. And of course I will use my Enhanced Hammer right here and play my Max Elixir, so maybe I can even hit Energy. Oh, the top deck was Professor Sycamore. God damn. So yeah, pretty much we'll just attach that Darkness Energy on my Yveltal, and I'm going to pass my turn. There is one Lightning Energy, and still waiting to see what else he's going to play. Okay, so finally there's an N, so at least he was forced to use that N if he wants to get that Mega Ray. So as long as my Yveltal is in the active position, he definitely will have a very bad time. So there's Mega Evolution, and it's my turn. Alright, so there is big Ultra Ball for me, which is gonna be for Sycamore and a Super Road. And of course I'm looking for that Shaman X so I can set up, and of course I'm looking for any kind of energy. So I can basically use my Lysander here and take advantage by Lysander my opponent Hoopa in the active position. Alright, so let's take a risk right now by Lysandering his Hoopa and by setting down my Shaman for 5. I guess this is going to be very easy right here. So there's a Spiritomb. I'm definitely going to play that on my bench. And this is going to be one more energy attachment. And there we go with the Pitch Black Spear. 60 and 60 damage is going down to a Shaman X, because for the next turn I can, I guess, easily take 2 prize knockouts by knocking out his Shaman. And the turn after that, I guess I can just try to Lysander one of his another Mega Rayquazas without energies in play. Still, I have plenty of options. There is one more Shaman X for another setup and double Course Energy attached on his Hoopa. So of course he wants to pay a retreat right here, which is definitely not going to be good. Not at all, because I have that Escape Rope sitting in my hand, which means... Oh, so he actually decided to pass his turn, so that's definitely going to be very painful, I can tell you that. So I'm going to play my N. Really want to keep my Escape Rope for later. So there is a Crushing Hammer, number 1. Can I get very important heads on the coin flip? Yes, I can. So this is going to be a double Course Energy discarding and a Trainer's Mail. Maybe I can hit another Crushing Hammer, which is going to be also very important. No, just a Delinquent. But I don't want to play a Delinquent yet, so this is going to be for later. Right now, I guess I can just maybe try to roll with my Pitch Black Spear for 60, and of course 60 down to his Shaman X, so I'm going to take 2 prizes. And yeah, pretty much all I really need is next turn Lysander his Shaman, hit him for 60, and of course put 6 damage counters on that Hoopa, so I can knock out that Hoopa. So there we go with another M. Alright. I have even an option with that Spiritomb, which is, as I mentioned it, secret damage play right here. So I really need to find just a way to get my Umbreon in play, so I can damage swap and basically knock out his Mega Ray. So there's a Spirit Link, but it's pretty much useless. Yeah, those Yveltals with the Pitch Black Spears are pretty badass cards, trust me, I really love them. They can do so many problems to your opponent. So there we go with a double Course Energy number 3 discarding, and I will play my Professor Sycamore for 7. So really want to get something much interesting right here and something much better, something like Ultra Ball for that Delinquent and Parallel City So I can actually use that Umbreon and set down my Umbreon on the bench. And basically show more fear to my opponent. But more than that, I guess I can just go with the Pitch Black Spear and 6 more damage counters on his Xerneas down to the bench. I could even go for the knockout on that Zorua, so I could get down to 1 prize, but really want to take 2 prizes, and yeah, pretty much I need to take 6 more damage to that Xerneas, and this is going to be pretty much a knockout. I mean, I even have that damage play Spiritomb, so really don't need to worry too much. So I really need to try that Ninja Boy for sure, because with that Ninja Boy I can easily actually put some other attacker in the active position if I really want. So there is a big end down to 2 cards, and all I really need is Energy, Darkness Energy, and a V-Seeker. I managed to get a V-Seeker, but I still don't have Energy, so who knows what I can top deck. This is going to be Ultra Ball, so he still need to find a way to get that a double colorless energy right here. So basically without double colorless energy, he's not going to be able to knock out my Yveltal, and basically I can just finish the game with my Pitch Black Spear. Even if I start so pretty bad with my hand, I managed to pull crazy 4 prize knockouts right here. So there's another Ultra Ball, probably for another Xerneas, as you can see. So for another setup, I mean, 3 double colorless energies discarded, probably he have that 1 left. So there we go with a Xerneas for another setup. Will there be double colorless energy or even Mega Turbo and energy from hand? It's pretty hard to say, but there's a big special charge at this moment, so he can bring back those 2 special energies in his deck. I'm thinking about, yeah, it's GG looks like. There's just a 1 energy and a Puzzle of Time. So I guess he's not going to be able to remove that Shaman from play. But definitely Pitch Black Spear is just crazy, crazy, crazy. You can just easily snipe for tons of damage and knock out your opponent EX Pokemons without any problem. Alright guys, so here we go again. So this is the game number 2. And let's take a look at the opening hand. So no basic Pokemon. I guess the best way to start right here probably is gonna be with the Max Elixir and double colorless energy, but even without those Max Elixirs, I guess I can have a pretty badass start. Just need that one Darkness Energy and 1 double colorless energy so I can start to apply pressure to my opponent. Oh, Yveltal EX and Umbreon. I think it's much better to start basically with the Umbreon because it have that 1 retreat cost. We'll put down on the bench that Yveltal EX. Yeah, pretty much with 1 retreat cost, I can easily retreat by paying just 1 energy, so not bad I guess. But also, I can replace it with my Ninja Boy, so even that is not bad. So I do have Ultra Ball and N, also V-Seeker and 2 Trainer's Mails, so I guess I can take a tons of cards. So this is a Volcanion EX. Not sure why it's loading up, but it's okay. So there we go with a Trainer's Mail for 1 Max Elixir. So I guess this Max Elixir is going to be very important, especially if I can get energy. So let's go with a Ultra Ball. And I can go with my Xerneas for some extra setups. And of course, with 4 extra cards, I might be able to get that Yveltal on the bench. But it looks like that's not going to happen. So I'm thinking about discarding one of my Lysanders in my discard pile so I can have access onto it. So I will try to get one of my energies with the Max Elixir. At least I managed to find the energy card, and I guess I can try with 1 more Xerneas for 2 more cards. Since I'm playing actually that Pearl City, I can easily get rid of those Xerneas. So Ultra Ball for 1 of my Yveltals. And of course, I really want to promote my Pitch Black Spear Yveltal in the active spot, so he cannot retreat his Volcanion, and so he can stack with it and basically have problems. So the good thing is that there is also Float Stone and one Fighting Fury Belt. But the most important thing, there is also one more Yveltal and a Spiritomb. So I'm looking forward to put my Spiritomb or maybe just another Yveltal on the bench. Not sure, but I know that I will definitely retreat. And we'll put that Spiritomb on my bench. And we'll pass my turn. Really want to get that Pearl City so I can get rid of 2 of my Shaynees. And that Pearl City is definitely going to help me a lot. So there is one level ball for my opponent. It's interesting to see Carbink with a Safeguard in Volcanion deck. And there's Joltik. Oh, right now I know what is on the other side. It's a Rainbow Xerneas. So there we go with XP Share and a Skyfoot. So I guess there was some kind of the update. I really need to download again those cards because they're not in my cache, looks like. Alright, I really like that. So there is even another Max Elixir for me and a double Chorus Energy. But the most important thing, there's also Lysander sitting in my hand. So I guess I can maybe try to Lysander his Xerneas and start to apply pressure into it. Especially if he's not going to be able to get energy. Or if I can actually disrupt that energy with my Crushing Hammer. So this is going to be very important right here. And this is going to be a Lysander, of course, on his Xerneas. I really want to get rid of his attacker from play, of course, as fast as I can. So there is another Max Elixir, and this is going to be one of my energies. But this time on my Spiritomb. And I'm going to play my double Chorus Energy, and this is going to be Pitch Black Spear. Unfortunately, 40 damage to his Xerneas, but 60 damage down to his Volcanion. And of course, as much damage as I can spread around the board, I can easily later use my damage play. So that's the main reason and main focus. So there we go with Professor Sycamore with that V-Seeker, and there is also one Lysander for my opponent in his discard pile, and the most important thing, there is another Xerneas. So he decided to attach one of his energies on the Xerneas. So I don't have another option than try to find another Crushing Hammer right here. And there we go with the Max Elixir. Unfortunately, he managed to find one more energy. So for the next turn with that double Chorus Energy, he might be able to hit twice with 2 different attackers. I assume that this is going to be Ultra Ball for Shayneas. If that happens, nope, it's Ultra Ball for Pawniard. Alright. It's Ultra Ball for the Pawniard, and I'm thinking about just rolling with my Sycamore for 7. But I guess I can even attach my Darkrai in play. Because of the Pearl City, I know that I'm going to put Pearl City on the face of my opponent. So there we go with a Crushing Hammer, and this is going to be a Crushing Hammer from the active one. But I also have Crushing Hammer number 2, so this is going to be Tails. And the last Crushing Hammer will give me another Heads, which means that I'm definitely in good position right here. I have another Yveltal, and I also have double Chorus Energy, so I don't know where should I put my double Chorus Energy. I guess on my Yveltal EX. And this is going to be a Pitch Black Spear for another 40 damage and 60 down to his Volcanion. So, for the next turn, I guess I can just try to Lysander one of his Pokemons on the bench if I want. I can even do that, so there we go with another V-Seeker for Professor Sycamore, but pretty much he is very disruptive at this moment. No energies on the field. Next turn he is looking to lose one of his Volcanions. There is one energy attached on that Xerneas, but the most important thing, I guess I can just try to... Okay, there's a Max Elixir. I can just try to Lysander his, for example, not Galvantula, because he's definitely a problem, but for example that Carbink, so he's gonna take 1 energy, pay for a retreat. Let me see. I guess I can go one more turn by attacking his Xerneas right there. And I also have double V-Seeker sitting in my hand, so I guess I don't need to use them right now, but I will miss my energy attachment. So I'm thinking about... I will definitely need V-Seeker for later. I'm thinking about getting my N in play might not be that bad. Even Delinquent wouldn't be that bad. But I'm going with my N for now. If I can find maybe Pearl City for the next turn, it's gonna be good. So there is a double Chorus Energy, and it's going to be, of course, attached to my Yveltal and also one Max Elixir. So there is one more energy to attach. Alright, so what to do next? I'm thinking just about another Pitch Black Spear and 6 damage counters on that Volcanion EX. So this is going to be 2 prizes and basically one more prize for his active Xerneas. So 3 prize knockouts. There we go. 2 more prizes to take, and there is one more Darkness Energy, and basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 Darkness Energies in play, 2 in my hand, and 0 or a 0 in my discard pile. Which means that if I can hit Max Elixir, I can easily power up my Darkrai, and I guess I can even go with my Darkrai maybe for the knockout, but even I can power up my Yveltal and knock out his Xerneas. So there is double Course Energy and Fighting Fury Belt, which means that this is going to be a knockout. That is for sure. Rainbow Force for 190, so that means that he managed to knock out one of my Yveltals. And right now it's time to promote Umbreon in the active spot. So another Yveltal to be played, and there is a Trainer's Mail for Ninja Boy. Alright, and for the V-Seeker. So I'm thinking about taking V-Seeker, attaching one of my energies onto my Darkrai. Playing a Parallel City to my opponent down to 3, which means that I will discard 2 of my Shaymis from play, but also reduce significantly damage that he can do to my Pokemons. Of course, I will help him to remove that Shaymin from play, but I still have that V-Seeker sitting in my hand, so I'm not sure which Pokemon he is going to promote in the active spot. I really want to power up my... Okay, let's go with 2 Shaymins. I really want to power up my attacker here, which is a Darkrai, so I can one-hit knock out his Xerneas. So there we go with the Max Elixir, and this is going to be energy for my Darkrai. So did I manage to discard some of his 7 Fairy Energies? Okay, so right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Darkness Energies in play, which is 120 damage with my Dark Pulse, minus 20, it's not even close for the knockout. So I guess I can just try to V-Seeker, use the Lysander, of course, on his Xerneas. So he needs to pay double Course Energy if he wants to attack. And I guess I can just promote my Pitch Black Spear Yveltal in the active position and go for the 60. So I might did a misplay by playing that actually Pearl City, but right now he only have, as you can see, Galvantula, which is dual type, Pawniard, Darkness type, and 1 Xerneas, which is actually 4 types, so he can only hit for 120. And in this case, I'm going to promote my Umbreon in the active position. Still, I can hit for tons of damage, and basically later use my Spiritomb for that damage play. I'm also looking for that, so there is Ultra Ball, so it might be for that Shaymin EX. So there is one more V-Seeker discarded in this way, and he's also very low on those energy resources. So there's another Shaymin EX, which is going to be very, very, very important right here, because all I really need actually is somehow to set up a few more damage counters so I can use a damage play. And of course I have my Yveltal, which is going to be capable to hit for tons of damage, but also I have the Darkrai, who's going to be able to hit for a lot more damage than his. So there is Sycamore for 7, and he's going down to 3 prizes, and there is even Mew. Oh, it's really nice to see Mew because it's 50 HP instead of the 60. So I need 100 and let me see, 110 plus 50 is 160 damage. I need 160 damage in play. Can I hit for 160? I guess I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yveltal EX in the active spot. This is going to be another round of the V-Seeker. Okay, so I guess I can be secret for Lysander. Really? And I cannot play my Sycamore. I'm going to deck out myself. That is for sure. I can attach one more energy onto my Spiritomb. And basically, I can hit with my Yveltal right now for 20, 40, 60, 80, and 10 more. So I'm going definitely to Lysander. Maybe he is a Galvantula in the active position. So I can knock out Galvantula actually for the 90 with my Ice Cyclone, or even with my Yveltal. I can have enough for the knockout. So I guess I can go for 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. Let's go just with the Yveltal for the 90. And he's not going to be able to hit more than, let me see, he have 1, 2, 3 different types, 4 different types. That's 120 damage. So he cannot hit for more than 120, where I can actually maybe even force him to promote me another Xerneas so I can knock him out. There's even Joltik. Alright, we would like to see that Joltik in play, because I can use my Spiritomb. But more than that, I really need to Lysander. He is a Shaman, and I don't have any more Lysanders left. So there is big 170 damage below. So another card is a Enhanced Hammer. Very nice. And very important. This is going to be a Escape Rope. So I'm just looking to see what he will put in the active position. Maybe... I'm definitely going to knock out that Joltik with my Spiritomb. So that's for sure. Okay. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. I mean, I'm going to knock out myself down, so if you have access to Lysander, it's definitely going to be good. So I will just take a risk with my Pitch Black Spear right here for 40, 60 Shaman, and basically next turn I can knock out his Shaman. It will depend on the Lysander in his hand. If he can Lysander Retreat, he can knock out basically one of my Pokemons. So there is a Float Stone, but he's not going to be able to retreat as long as the Pitch Black Spear is in the active position. And he's down to 1 card, so it will depend on the retreat right there. If he can retreat, it's a GG. If he cannot retreat... oh, there's a big Hex Maniac at the end. So this is gonna be it. Oh. Okay, very nice. Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to start with my Yveltal in the active position, and for the bench, I'm just looking to put another Yveltal, and we'll wait to see what my opponent actually play. So I can choose between maybe Spiritomb and between my Umbreon EX. So active position, a Pikachu EX, and there is also a Raichu. Very interesting. So I have weakness, and this is definitely not going to be good. 1 Lightning Energy attached on that Raichu on the bench. There's a Float Stone on the Pikachu, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to retreat. And Professor Sycamore for 7. 2 V-Seekers and 1 Hex Maniac discarded with first 7 cards, which is not good at all. And there we go with 1 Energy Poach and a Remoraid. So he still need to find, I guess, Magnazone and Artillery. It's definitely going to be a long way to go. So, Trainer's Mail. Maybe I can try to find something like a Max Elixir. Who knows? Let's see. Trainer's Mail for the Lysander. I guess I can discard one of my Lysanders so I can actually... So I can basically have option to use it with my V-Seeker. Professor Sycamore for 7. There is a 1 Max Elixir, so hopefully I can hit energy with it. Yes, I can. 1 energy to my Yveltal, 1 energy to my active Yveltal. More than that, I guess I can go with another Trainer's Mail, maybe for Ultra Ball, for extra setup, I guess. So Ultra Ball for Hex Maniac and another Lysander, so I can grab that Shaymin for a few more extra cards, of course. Okay, so 4 extra cards to be drawn. And I even have that Crushing Hammer, which can help me. And the Pearl City, which will go down to my opponent's side. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to pass my turn for now. For the next turn, there is a 1 V-Seeker in my hand, which means that I can go with V-Seeker for Sycamore, try to find the double colors energy, so I can basically hit his Pikachu for 60. But it would be much better if I can top deck double cores energy, so I can, for example, Lysander his Remoraid, hit for 60, 60 down to the Pikachu. So 2 Remoraids in play. And the Rough Seas, okay, so he managed to remove my Stadium from play, and there's a Trainer's Mail, so can he maybe find that Level Ball, or maybe even Ultra Ball, so he can grab Octillery, use a Beazle Hand, we shall see. Definitely, as many EX Pokemons as he can play, as I can knock out, I will definitely be always in a good position by taking those extra prizes. So this is a Trainer's Mail for the Ultra Ball, and that Ultra Ball can easily give him a Octillery. The good thing is that he's not going to be able to knock out my Yveltal this turn at least. So I'm going to be able to use at least 1 Pitch Black Spear for the 60. But I'm not happy because I have weakness and it's definitely going to hurt. So 2 Lightning Energies, 2 V-Seekers, 1 Hex Maniac, 1 Professor Sycamore, 2 Ultra Balls in my opponent discard pile. So Beazle Hand for 4. Let's take a look at the next move. So there is 1 Max Elixir. Okay, something like Max Elixirs I didn't count to see. Energy to Raichu, but it's just the first energy because that Crushing Hammer was successful. And a Trainer's Mail number 2. So with that Trainer's Mail, he can grab Skyla, and with the Skyla, he can have pretty much Ultra Ball for another Octillery, for another Abyssal Hand of 5. Maybe he can even try to find that Magnemite or maybe Magnazone. Yeah, we really need to have that Magnazone in play. I hope he play Magnazone. Still looking to see if he's going to play that Skyla right here. I mean, Pikachu is a pretty nice card. Iron Tail can hit for 30 until you get Tails. So basically, if you can grab Pikachu, Energy, Iron Tail, 3 heads, he can knock out my Yveltal. But he actually decided to roll with a N. N will help me because I can preserve my V-Seeker, but even better, I might be able even to get something better. So I managed to get 1 Max Elixir, which is going to be good for that Yveltal EX setup. There is V-Seeker sitting in my hand, but unfortunately there's no double cores energy. If there was something like double cores energy in my hand in the V-Seeker, probably I would just go with the Lysandering his Octillery and trying to knock him out with 2 turns and also apply 120 to the Pikachu. 1 more Lightning Energy on the Raichu. And more than that, I guess this is probably going to be it. Wouldn't be surprised to see that he just passed the turn right there, because if I was my opponent, I would definitely attach 1 of my Lightning Energies on that Pikachu and will definitely try to get that Iron Tail rolls on. So there we go with double Force Energy and the Crushing Hammer. So this Crushing Hammer is going to be very big if I can get heads. No, there's a Max Elixir for 1 of my energies to my Yveltal. And I'm going to put down my Yveltal EX, and this is also going to be a Pearl City. Put my opponent down for 3. So he needs to discard either way 1 of his Remoraids or 1 Raikou. But I really want to discard that Remoraid so I can pretty much cut him opportunity to draw some cards with those Abyssal Hands. And this is going to be big V-Seeker for the Lysander on his Octillery. And right now he will stuck with Octillery in the active position with 2 retreat cost. Of course, he's not going to be able to retreat. I can snipe 60 to the Yveltal, 60 to the Octillery, and 60 to that Pikachu EX on the bench. And next turn I can easily knock out his Octillery. The biggest problem, of course, is going to be that Raikou with 2 already Lightning Energies. So I guess I need to set up my... really need to set up my Yveltal EX so I can respond to that. So there's a Shauna for 5. Okay. I still didn't see a sign of the Magnemite, but the good thing is there's also Pearl City in play, so he might not even play those Magnazones. Who knows? One more Lightning Energy on the Raichu, and pretty much it's my turn. So the top deck is going to be a very nice double Colors Energy and Professor Sycamore for a 7, which will give me opportunity to get that Max Elixir for another Darkness Energy in play. And of course, Pitch Black Spear for the 60, and 60 down to that Pikachu. So right now he cannot use a Weasel Hands anymore, but he can easily knock out my Yveltal in the active position with his Raikou. So Thunderlance can hit for 110 times 2, 220. On the other side, the good thing is that I have actually that Yveltal with 3 energies, and he have 3 energies, so that's 120. 1 extra 20 damage because of my Evil Ball, which is going to be 140, so I can just easily knock out his Raikou on the bench. So all I really need is just grab something like a V-Seeker for the Lysander and just try to knock him out. So there we go with the Pikachu and a Bridget. So might he just right now manage to get that Bridget for maybe another Remoraid and the Magnemite? He can just grab Magnemite because he have a Pearl City in play. And let's see how many heads he can get with that Iron Tile. If he can get 3 heads, 1 heads, 1 tails, well, 60 damage. It's a pretty decent amount of the damage, to be honest. And right now I'm going to use my Escape Rope, so I don't need to discard any of my energies from my Yveltal. I can force my opponent to promote in the active position something like his Raikou without energies, or maybe Magnemite. But of course I'm looking to knock out his Raikou with my Yveltal EX, so he's not going to have Pokemon with the energies in play, and that's the most important thing right here. I mean, I can even go just straight away knock out his Magnemite if I want, so maybe I can even do that. Maybe I can even do that, to be honest. Let's just see what he will do. If I just knock out his Magnemite... Oh, so he just gave me an opportunity to knock out his Raikou. So I guess I will just do that. More than that, I can go for Ultra Ball, discard my Ranger and another Ultra Ball, maybe to take another, well, I will take Darkrai and put it into play. And we'll attach the double Chorus Energy onto my Darkrai. And yeah, pretty much Evil Ball for 140. It's gonna be exactly 120 after 20 damage reduced. He will put those energies back into his hand, which means only one thing. If he can somehow manage to get that Magnazone with a rare candy in play, he can easily knock out my Yveltal EX, which is definitely gonna be bad for me. But I take the risk right here instead of just going for knockout against his Magnemite. So let's see if he can find that rare candy for the Magnazone. And if that can happen, he can just easily do tons of damage to me. So he even have that energy pouch in his hand. On the other side, there is one Rough Sea, so he can heal some damage from the Pikachu. I know that I'm going to retreat basically on my Fright Night Yveltal and try to take double knockout by knocking out his Magnemite and the Pikachu. So there's Iron Tail. 1 heads, 2 heads. Oh, 2 heads, 120. Well, it's pretty good. But more than that, I guess I'm just going to use my Crushing Hammer. If there's a heads, no. Let's go with a V-Seeker for that Lysander. Very important Lysander right here. On the Magnemite, on the bench. And I'm going to retreat down to my Fright Night Yveltal. And we'll use that Pitch Black Spear for the double knockout, and this will give me 3 prize cards, which means that I only need to take 1 more prize to complete and end this game. So there is double Chorus Energy for my Yveltal, and there is Delinquent and a V-Seeker, so even another V-Seeker, pretty good. How many energies I need to knock out his Raikou? A lot of them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 darkness energies. That's 100 damage. 100 damage with my Darkrai. And it's my turn. So the top deck is gonna be pretty much Professor Sycamore. Let's go with Professor Sycamore for 7. Let's try to finish this game right now by fighting maybe 1 Max Elixir. Yep, this is gonna be it. So I guess I can just attach one of my energies on my Yveltal. I can go with my Max Elixir, add 1 more energy on my Yveltal, and then I can just retreat my Yveltal from the active position down to my Darkrai EX, and I can just hit for 140, and again minus 20 is going to be 120, which is enough for the knockout. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this deck video. It was definitely interesting to play with it. 8 darkness and 4 double chorus energies at the bottom if you're just wondering how many of them I have. So once again, don't forget to hit like button and subscribe to the channel for more future videos if you enjoy watching this video. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. Yeah, pretty much stay tuned for tomorrow live stream. Today I was not able to do a live stream because of some family problems. And yeah, pretty much see you tomorrow. So have a nice day and good